All right, let's look at the first problem for video number 2. The Went family had a yard sale. They sold some old toys. They made a table to show how many toys they sold and how much money they earned. So let's look at our table first. Here they're selling jump ropes for 9 cents each, marbles for 2 cents each, toy cars 12 cents, and puzzles for 30 cents. Now they sold 3 jump ropes for 27 cents total, 4 marbles for 8 cents total, and then 6 toy cars for 72 cents total, and then 5 puzzles for 150 cents total. Now, what we want to do is we want to take that cents and we want to convert it into what it would look like in terms of the dollar form. Okay? Now, to do this, hopefully you know that you can just move the decimal point. But we want to figure out how to do this mathematically because, well, this is math. Okay? So let's look here. I'm going to switch colors here. We're going to take our 3, okay, and we're going to multiply 9 cents, but we're going to multiply it by 0.099 cents. And we're going to figure out what that is going to be. We're going to do the same thing with marbles, toys, and cars. Marble, toys, cars, and puzzles. 4 marbles times 0.02 cents. 6 toy cars times 12, which would be 0.12 cent. And then puzzles, we sold 5 of those times 0.30 cents. Now, the secret is in terms of what we do and how we do it, okay? Because as we look at this multiplication, the multiplication process is still the same. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 times 9. Now, if you notice, that's what we did here. We did 3 times 9. Now, boys and girls, hopefully you know what 3 times 9 is, and if not, you can look right here. 3 times 9 is going to be 27. Now, the question is, boys and girls, where do we put our decimal point when we multiply here? Well, I want you to look right here, and let me switch colors away from blue, red, and white. I want you to look right here and look at the decimal point in the problem. Okay? And then we have to ask, how many spots are to the right of the decimal point in the problem? Well, we found the decimal point. Look right here on the decimal point. And we're going to look to the right. We have 1, 2. Those are the 2 spots that are taken up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for my decimal point here. I don't have it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to count over 1, 2 spots. Decimal points here. I'm going to go 1, 2, and this is where my decimal point is going to go. And so it's going to be 27 cents. Is that what this says, 27 cents? Exactly. So let's look at number 2. 4 marbles at 2 cents apiece. Well, first we can do our multiplication. What's 4 times 2? 8. Okay? Now, I wish this problem would have been first because it's going to make a little bit more sense in just a second. Now, we have to figure out where does our decimal point go. Well, we have a decimal point right here. I'm going to circle it, and then I'm going to count the spots to the right of the decimal point. 1, 2. So I need to make sure that there are 2 spots to the right of the decimal point. So if I put my decimal point here, I have 1 spot here, I have to put the other spot right there. 1, 2. Now, the reason why I wish this problem was first, because I could have added 0.2 plus 0.2, that would have led you astray right there. I could have added 0.02, 2 cents, 0.02, 0.02, 0.02. I could have added those and I got 2, 4, 6, 8. I would have gotten 0.08. So I could have done repeated addition to show you that, and that would have been, I think, a little bit more clear to do that first. Okay? Looking at the next one. 6 times, we have 12-cent cars, and we had 6 of them. Well, 12 times, first thing I do, I multiply normally. 6 times 12, well, it's right here, boys and girls. It's 72. Now, I have to figure out where do I put my decimal point. Circle the decimal point. How many spots to the right of it? 1, 2. How many spots are going to be to the right of the decimal point? Well, I'm going to count 1, 2, because right now we pretend that the decimal point, we pretend that the decimal, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, I gotta get my dot here. We pretend that the decimal point's right here, so we're gonna go 1, 2, and then we're gonna put a decimal point right there. Or 72 cents. I should put my dollar sign in there. 8 cents, which is 8 cents, 72 cents, 72 cents. Alright, now we're going to multiply this out. 5 times 30 is going to give me 150, because that's what it is right here. And what I'm going to do is I have to put my decimal point. Look at my decimal point, circle it. How many spots to the right of it? 1, 2. So pretend my decimal point's right here. I'm going to count over 1, 2, and my decimal point is going to go right here, because there's 1, 2 spots to the right of it. So our response there is $1.50. Okay? So hopefully this makes sense, boys and girls. When we multiply and there's a decimal in the number, we just count the number, we multiply as normal, and then we count the number of spots to the right of the decimal point, and we make sure that in our solution there are the same number of spots to the right of the decimal point. Okay? Decimal point, 1, 2 spots. Decimal point, 1, 2. Decimal point, 1, 2. Decimal point, 1, 2. Decimal point, 1, 2. So it's going to have to go 1, 2, and then we put our decimal point. Decimal point, 1, 2. So we're going to go 1, 2, decimal point. Alright, I think we're going to stop there with this video, and then we'll pick up with, we'll do Mia. We'll put the Mia problem on the next video.